when everybody hears about organic, vegan, plant-based, non-GMO, no sugar, no dairy, no soy, no gluten, no nothing. Let's start with protein. And we're going to try to cover this stuff in 15 to 20 minutes, right? But what I want you to do is, everybody knows our shakes are good. Everybody knows they're plant-based. Can you tell them why number one, why plant-based, why they should not be using whey, and they should not be using soy into their system? Now, people tend to think also, Mike, that only bodybuilders or people working out should be using protein. Why everybody should be putting protein and plant-based protein with that into their system. And so I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, well, thanks for that, Muzaffar. Well, I think that everyone here probably knows the world didn't need another protein shake. What they needed was something real. Ours is a whole food protein. There's like 7 ingredients in the product, 23 grams of protein, 120 calories. And what's so unique about ours is really to know Dr. Cohen. And as you get a chance to meet him tonight, and as time goes on, you'll start to realize that he will only accept the very best. If he can't find and source the very best ingredients, he simply will not make a product. So I've known him, and our history goes back 22 years. He's been taking care of my health for a very long time. And so with our protein powder, what's unique about it is, number one, it mixes up super easy in water, and it tastes fantastic, whether vanilla or chocolate. But the reason why people have gotten so used to whey is that was marketed extremely well. It's the byproduct, just so y'all know, whey protein is the byproduct of the cheese making industry. They used to just scrape it off and throw it away until somebody found that, hey, there's protein here. Why don't we make this into, or sell this as protein? Now, I have to tell you, back in my former years of developing nutrition products for a very large company, if you ever tasted whey in its natural state, it is absolutely disgusting. You can't get it to taste good in orange juice, chocolate milk. I mean, nothing. Terrible. So if it's in a can and it tastes good to you and you've been using it, what does that say? There's got to be all kinds of artificial sweeteners in there, all kind of artificial ingredients. And, but basically, it doesn't matter how much protein it says on the can. It's what your body actually assimilates from the protein that's in that product. Besides that, and the fact that whey, there's 70% of the adult population in America has some degree of lactose intolerance. I know that some say they're lactose free, don't believe it. And it also will actually turn your body more acidic than it will alkaline. And so we wanted to be more plant-based. Now, soy, you can do Google search on soy. First of all, soy in America is 98% of it's genetically modified, so we're not really sure what it is. But when they actually start to break that down to use it as a soy powder in proteins, they use harsh chemicals to do that. And actually, it's on a list of things not to drink or not to ingest, but somehow they've worked it out and put it into a protein powder. That the majority of America have taken soy and whey-based shakes forever. Now, plant protein has really started its resurgence or maybe its emergence into the marketplace probably about 20 years ago. But again, no one was doing it right because there's different varying degrees of organic. You may or may not know that. There's this level that just passes the bar of organic. And then there's this. There's a wide variety of companies out there that are marketing a protein powder and saying it's vegan and organic, but they're bottom shelf ingredients. Dr. Cohen, this is all he will ever source for you and I. And so from a guy that could really go out there and track people down around the world to get the very best protein in the world, I would have those reaches. And this is something I've been drinking this product for 10 years. And I can tell you, I've never felt better. I haven't lost any muscle. In fact, I've gotten leaner. It gives me a great deal of energy. And it's plant-based. It's sprouted plant-based ingredients. So your body actually will assimilate it, recognizes it and go, oh, it assimilates it. And it's not going to turn to an acid ash or make your body more acidic prior to eating it than what it would if you were doing something that was whey-based.
Amazing. So Mike, let me just say this. If somebody doesn't work out and they use the protein, what does it do for their body if they don't work out?
Well, all protein, breaks
Lost your
down
camera,
to
by the way. We lost
What's
your
that?
camera, by the way.
Oh, sorry. All protein, basically, the amino acids that it breaks down to are going to really support all the tissue growth that you have in every body part that you have. So organs, skin, internal muscles. I mean, it's important for all aspects of repair to your body. So the majority of people in America, if we were actually to do a blood test across whatever there is, 1,400 people on here right now, we would find that there's probably a great deal of people that are don't have enough protein in their body. So if you wanted to make sure you're healthy, and a lot of times when people start to they get encouraged to start some type of exercise program, they don't change their food. People wonder why they continue to gain inches on their waist. It's probably because they're eating more carbohydrates than protein. So protein's a very, very important aspect of our life. You couldn't live very long without it because you'll start to waste. Because the one thing that your body knows to do very well is save muscle until the very last possible thing it can do. And it won't burn body fat. It'll actually start to burn muscle if the protein's not there to support it. So whatever it is that you're looking for from a protein source, I mean, I drink it twice a day. If it's a short day and I'm kind of on the go and on the run, I'll do it 3 times a day. I've actually lived for 2 days on that. That's it. I was in a trade show, incredibly busy. So for 2 days, I just drank my shake and didn't have any bloating sensation, had plenty of energy, didn't feel like I was getting hungry. Where if you've ever done a protein shake in the past, most of you probably recognize you drink a whey-based shake in like an hour, maybe less than that. You're looking for what can I eat? I'm starving. But because it's so dense in nutrition, your body actually gets satiated. But the protein is very important for every aspect of human health.
Amazing. By the way, so people go, okay, well, if I use this and it has the BCAAs, right? Like, so people don't need to get anything other than our shake and our greens. They don't have to get an amino acid profile. It's all in there. And on top of that, you have people, Mike, that go, well, I don't want to lose weight. I want to gain muscle. There are people that want to compete, want to bodybuild, and they're going, will this shake help me if I want to gain muscle? Because all I hear is that I can lose weight, I can lean up, but can people gain if they use it the right way?
1,000%. Protein's protein. Again, assimilation is very important. And if you're looking to put on weight, obviously it's a caloric thing, but you also have to make sure that you have enough protein for whatever mass you're looking for. I run around 210 pounds today. I mean, it's a far cry from when I was 270, but I can maintain this weight every day by making sure that I have right around 200 grams of protein every day. A lot of people might think that that's overkill, but I seem to stay fairly lean when most people I could probably pinch several inches. But protein's very important. And yes, you can gain, and yes, you will not lose strength. In fact, a lot of people notice they gain strength.
Amazing. And so let me tell you, when we talk about a shake, we all talk about 2 scoops of the protein, 1 scoop of the green mixed together with ice and water, shake it up, you're good to go. Now, people add fruit and do all this type of stuff and make concoctions and whatever, right? Whatever you guys want to do. But why do people add the greens? Other than the fact that I couldn't even believe Dr. Cohn when he told me to mix my chocolate and greens together. With all due respect to Dr. Cohn, he's not on the call right now, but I did think he was crazy. I'm not going to say that to him because he's one of the most brilliant men I've ever met. But I really did until I took it. Mike, I mixed greens and chocolate and it tastes phenomenal. Doc told me just do it for 3 days. Mazafar, do it for 3 days. And if after 3 days you don't love it, take it separately. After 3 days, I'm in high heaven and I will never take it separately, right? So I take it I take my chocolate and my greens mixed together. But Mike, why is that a benefit for our body? First of all, tell them about the greens, right? 22 raw vegetables. Why is it raw? What makes our greens different than there are other people? There are motivational speakers that promote their greens. There are different people that promote greens. And so why are greens versus other greens? Other than the fact that it's green.
Well, since my favorite dessert is broccoli, I'm an expert in the greens area. But no, listen, there's 200 different green products on the market. And the majority of people, when they started to think of the idea, how can we get vegetables to people and make sure they drink it every day? Really what the old way of doing it was taking these vegetables, didn't really matter the quality, didn't matter when they picked them. They'd pulverize them, superheat them, and put them in a can. Usually sweeten them or put some kind of artificial things in there. Now, please understand that there's so many different ideas and concepts of people who say, well, I want all this stuff in my greens and I'm going to put this in my greens. And everybody wants to be the everything to everybody. What Dr. Cohn is he wants to create a silver bullet. One thing that's going to work for everybody with keeping the integrity of the product intact for everyone. Now, I've taken people that have taken greens in the past. They start taking ours and they notice an immediate difference. And I'll tell you one of the reasons why. There is 22 different vegetables in here. They're peaked at the peak of ripeness. So we have controls from the field to the factory and third-party validated. What's unique about the greens is that they are picked at the peak of ripeness. Then they are brought to the factory and then they are juiced. When you juice a greens product, you get more nutrients, vitamins, minerals, macronutrients out of that product than you could if you didn't juice it. Then we take some of the fiber and add that back in, and we heat it below 105 degrees in temperature to dry the ingredients. Anything heated above 118 degrees is dead. Pretty much has lost all of its enzymes. The nutritional benefit you're really looking for is dead. Ours is below 105 degrees. So what you'll notice, because greens are picked throughout the year, your greens may not stay the same color all the time. It may change in a shade a little bit different. Now, that's important to know because a lot of companies don't care about that. They just we want it the same color all the time. But we know that we have 22 different vegetables. Now, this one scoop of the greens will give you the equivalent of nutrition of what you're supposed to get out of 5 servings of raw vegetables a day. That's what they're telling us that we need to get. However, it's more like 10 now. So they're going, 5 is good, but 10 is really best. The challenge with that is if you actually went out to actually get the nutritional value that you would get out of 5 servings of raw vegetables, you could take your dining room table, cover it from end to end, side to side, and about a foot high. That's what it would take to get the equivalent of 5 servings of raw vegetables. Just so you all know, no one that I know is doing that, including me. So you take this, you get at least 5 servings of raw vegetables. You put it in your shake, and Muzaffar's not kidding. It actually tastes better. Makes the shake taste better, makes the greens taste better, but you could actually unscrew this cap. And what a lot of you will do when you first get it, I promise you will do this and you will demo it this way, is you'll put a little bit on the palm of your hand, taste it on the tip of your finger. You're like, there's no chance. How did you do that with nothing artificial, no artificial sweeteners, no artificial colors? It actually is somewhat sweet to the taste when you just put the powder on your hand. So I do that demo all the time. I actually say, reach out your hand. I'll put a little bit in their palm. And I say, go ahead and taste that. And the second they do, they go, how did you get because the first 4 ingredients are wheatgrass, barley grass, oat grass, and alfalfa, which if they're juiced, taste disgusting. So, but those are the first 4 in here. And I got to tell you, mix this with your shake and you're off to a great start in the morning. 155 calories. You'll have energy for days. You have clarity of thought. It's just amazing. No digestion issues. That start my every single day that way. Every single day.
So we've got. I know that Dr. Cohn will be joining shortly. Mike, man, we've got the immune product. We've got Digestex. We've got the alkaline boosters, and we've got recovery. I'm gonna let you pick one that we're gonna talk about before Dr. Cohn gets on here. If you had to pick one out of those that you wanted to hammer home, which one would it be?
I'm gonna talk about boosters.
Boosters, perfect. Alkaline boosters, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely incredible. One of my favorite products. Tell them about it, Mike.
I'll tell you what, this was a very unique product that we came out with. Initially, we thought that this product, when we actually put it together, Dr. Cohn formulated it. I was there kind of being the guinea pig and tasting stuff and making stuff work. We thought initially there's so many people that deal with acid reflux around the world, and your body's not deficient in Pepsid. So we were like, what can we actually create to give somebody the ability to buffer when they have that acid reflux issue, which if left untreated can create some serious, serious health problems. But because what's unique about our product line is Dr. Cohn has the health center in Costa Mesa. So clinically, he was able to try it on patients, adjusting the dose and adjusting the time of the day that they were taking it. So we finally ended up with, if people took this at night before they went to bed, you can see alkaline boosters. Most people have a stressful day. So your body is turning, and when we launched our company, ladies and gentlemen, it was all about alkalinity and this acid alkalinity balance that our body is fighting for all the time. Challenge is a slippery slope by the choices of food that we make on a daily basis. And our palates are designed to, like, people love that donut or that sugar or that coffee or that drink or wine or beer or cake or bread. It's all very acidic. So your body is getting stripped of minerals all day because your body's trying to balance out those minerals with the calcium, potassium, magnesium that your body has. And so it never gets balanced. Also, stress is the number one acidifier in anyone's life. So unless you're like meditating in a zero gravity, I don't know where you are, probably don't have stress, but most people have some kind of stress. So you're pulling your body off balance. You're pulling it to an acidic side. Now, if you ask anybody that you know, they'll probably say, I just don't sleep as good as I used to. It could be because we're in this world that's going faster and faster every day, and no one seems to have a break. So when we started using this at night, we take 4 capsules, brush your teeth, little glass of water, 4 capsules. What people noticed was this. Number one, there's minerals in here, 84 minerals and trace elements. There's a few things in it that actually calm the body down and take you from that sympathetic nervous system to a parasympathetic nervous system where your body is more in that calm, relaxed, restore state. But it's not going to put you to sleep. It'll help you calm down. But minerals are best absorbed at night. So if your body's being stripped all day, when would be a good time to actually get those minerals back in? When we go to bed. So we're actually getting that mineral replacement through the night, helps our body actually relax. And most people wake up with the best sleep that they've reported in literally, if not years, decades of sleep, because it just allows your body to finally calm down, get the restorative power it needs of minerals. And with that, I will toss it back to you, Mazan.
Perfect. And you know, Mike and I will be available later, but right now, and he did this out of a courtesy to us. He's in between patients. This was a unique situation, and I'm so excited that he is on. I remember when we made this happen between Seacret and his company, and now we're one family, and now all of you are here as one family. Mike, by the way, phenomenal information. Thank you for helping and filling in. I know Doc called you first, and you've become so knowledgeable of the products that Doc has created with his bare hands, and you were a big help, brother. Thank you for being on. Dr. Howard Cohn, my brother, my friend. I can't even tell everybody how much you've done for me, my wife, my daughters, treated us. Your wife has treated us. Your products have literally saved my family's life. And I'm not making any medical claims or anything of that sort. That's my opinion, everybody. And I wish that I wish every one of you gets a chance to be around Dr. Cohn. And whenever you meet him, please hug his neck, because he's going to impact your family for the rest of your life. I promise you. And Doc, I'm also getting a chance to introduce a young lady that you met yesterday that is going to go through an interview session with you. The only thing that Mike and I covered, we covered the shake, Doc, and why it's better than whey and soy, and we covered the greens and why it's phenomenal, and Mike just covered the boosters. We haven't had a chance to talk about how powerful recovery is, Doc, or the immune product. Please, if you can hit those two with Jesse before you guys go into your question and answer session. I thought we were going to be able to cover it I'm so glad that you're on. But there's a young lady by the name of Jessie Ruoff that when I first spoke with her and Martin, I got such a good vibe. And she was such a grounded young lady that was intelligent. But then their company, Doc, did this regional event, and this young lady tore it up. Like, her energy was phenomenal, and everybody kept saying she's an amazing leader, amazing speaker. I had no idea till I saw her with my own eyes. She is on fire. She is. They're just a pretty couple with a beautiful young baby, Martin and Jessie, and I'm so excited that she's going to be leading the interview with you. And I just want her to know that we're so grateful that she's a part of the Seacret family. She's such a big asset to all of us. And Jessie, you're amazing. Thank you for being on. I'm going to let you and Doc go through the conversation, and I will sign off for now. Love you guys. See you all soon. Take care. God bless.
Amazing, Muzaffar. Thank you so much for that introduction. You know, I sort of feel like if we could just live our life with this type of edification, like the confidence, the health and wellness. Sorry, Dr. Cohen, we would never need to take products. The joy, the happiness, the love that we feel would just like transform the cellular structure, and we'd all just be like immune to a million and, you know, making millions of dollars every year, the happiest people on the planet. And I think we're in the right place at the right time to have a revolution for that mission. And so I'm really excited to be here tonight. You know, like Muzaffar said, I'm Jessie Ruoff, and I believe right now is the time. I believe that we have entered a serendipitous moment. There has been this weird chasm of time and all of these things going on that have led us right here, right now. So I am most grateful to be able to introduce Dr. Howard Cohen after connecting with him, after watching him on a webinar and actually talking to him for nearly an hour yesterday. What I love about meeting people like him, particularly in this business that are this educated and this experienced, is that you realize that you're about to get upgraded. Okay. So if you're on this call right now and you're ready to get upgraded, you are in the right place at the right time. And it is just my hope that you're smart enough to realize it. Dr. Cohen's got over 30 years of experience treating people from the sickest of the sick all the way to the elite, professional athletes, you know, triathletes, Ironman, things like that, and everything in between. And we are unbelievably humbled and grateful that he actually took time out of his wait list private practice to get on a call so that he could educate and empower you and tell a little bit of story and mission on what we're doing. He's also the director of product development and the chairman of the Science Advisory Council for Seacret. So this guy is not only educated and experienced, but he's innovative, and he is making waves in this space because he is making health simple. Cohen, Dr. Cohen, thank you so much for being on this call. Everybody needs to mute their phones. Everybody needs to get their pen and their paper, and he is going to enlighten you and entertain you because he is a funny son of a gun. So Dr. Cohen, welcome, and let me introduce the people that wanted more. And so I hope that tonight's interview is all about teaching them that they still get more, but it's more times a million. So welcome on the call.
That's right. Well, thanks for having me. And first of all, I want to also thank Muzaffar and Mike for stepping in and making it happen. Those guys are amazing and have been along this ride since the beginning. And it's really only the beginning. I mean, Muzaffar and I have always talked about locking arms with people like yourself and this amazing group. I know you and I spoke. I've been around this industry for a long, long time. And, you know, your company, World Ventures, has always been like a grade A, always hear nothing but great things about this company. And mainly it comes down to the people like yourself and the people out in the field, wherever you go, whoever I ran into, and just so cool and excited to be locking arms again with some people that I've worked with in the past, Marcus Satter, Travis Just, a bunch of other people that, you know, although in other companies and never been on the same team, always had the jersey with the name on the jersey the same, but have a different names on the back. But it's awesome now to just lock arms again and have what I would call a homecoming. And, you know, what brought me here was looking for a home. We had our company 7.2, which Mike and Muzaffar might have mentioned a little bit. And I know what you're going through. I know exactly what you're going through. I've been on the front lines of this industry. I've been in the seats. I've had sat through thousands of trainings, sitting side by side with Marcus Setter back in the day, being mentored by some of the same people all the way till today. Having run a company, having built a group to the top, having formulated products, having owned a company, having had my company now acquired by this company. So I'm exactly know what you're going through. And I got to let you know, you are at the right time, at the right place. We are going to crush it like this industry has never seen. You know, at times of great adversity and confusion is when people who have clarity do the most and make the biggest change. And, you know, we as a company need what I would have always called a wartime CEO, which we have with Isaac Ben Shabbat, who I'm sure many of you have heard from, or some of you have gotten a chance to meet personally. And for those of you who haven't, let me tell you something. There's very few people, very few places that you'll feel what I would call service leadership. It really doesn't exist in this profession. And I do believe this profession that we're in, network marketing, direct sales, it's the last piece of free enterprise left in the United States where anybody can play. I mean, the person going to vacuum the rug in this office tonight can own this building, and nothing else levels the playing field. You just got to have love in your heart, and you got to have the ability to want to learn and to want it. And I know you guys want it, and we have it. So as we say, Jess, we've been looking for people that are looking for us, and that brought us together to our conversation yesterday. So I look forward to many, many more conversations with the beautiful people that are on this this call, and looking forward to being in person in a less crazier world. Like Muzaffar said, giving big hugs, high fives, and doing what you guys do best, which is traveling around the globe, having a blast. And we're going to keep you healthy along the way. So let's do it.
Well, we're super stoked about that. So if I'm going to be a good steward of following good leadership, I'm going to follow Muzaffar and say, let's start with the two products
Okay.
that they didn't cover yet. But I'm going to segue on this really quick. So let's start with my favorite product, which is actually a perfect segue, recovery. So some of you don't know, my mom was a naturopath. I was raised with this stuff. I am like the weird of the weird fringe. Was raised with a bunch of doctors, always on the next edge innovation. I was going to naturopathic medical conferences starting at 18 every single year. So I've taken a million products, and I am a creature of experience. I believe in not teaching anybody or showing anybody or wanting somebody else to do something that I haven't done myself. That is obviously the pinnacle of our World Ventures business now, our Seacret business, is that you got to be a product of the product. So when I knew that we were jumping in, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna see what's going on. And Muzaffar said, Jesse, you're gonna take this recovery product, and I promise, I guarantee you're gonna feel it. And I was like, yeah. And my little quiet skepticism sat back and went, sure, my friend, you don't know me. You don't know what I've taken. And here's what the coolest thing was. I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. So I started taking this recovery product. And for those of you who do know me, I'm naturally energized. I take good care of myself. I'm an optimistic, like Dr. Cohn, I've been through a million personal development surveys, but this product was the next level upgrade, I think, sent by God or the aliens or somebody or you. Tell us about this recovery product and why this is going to make everybody so excited about being part of this company.
Well, there's a lot that can be said about this product, and a lot that you'll learn about this product and what it is and what it does. I do want to kind of preface it, and it might have already happened a little bit with Muzaffar and Mike, which is the nutrition industry is a little bit different than the travel industry, and in that, you coming from the background that you have as well, is that really natural medicine, holistic medicine is medicine. And what we have known as medicine is really the alternative. However, it has been flipped on us so that alternative medicine is what people are called, but who made that up were people that had a vested interest in pharmaceuticals. That being said, these three-letter agencies, though, have grown quite big and unchecked. So we do have to honor them. And so in doing that, there's a lot that can be said about these products that we can't say. So as a disclaimer, and to people are going to ask, because what happens is we're trained by medicine to default to, will help with this, will help with that, will help with grandma's this, will help my uncle's that, will help with my brother's this. And the reality is that those things exist because there's a lack of health. So we have a program called Health Made Simple, which this product is the quarterback of that system. And really what it does is it drives the system. So Mike talked about your shake and greens as step 1 or your foundation. Step 3 was your alkaline booster. But right in the middle is this guy called recovery, because my shakes make sure my greens make sure I get exactly what I'm supposed to get throughout the day. My boosters make up for all the crap I ate, the stress I was under by the end of the day, and kind of zero out, or as Muzaffar likes to say, reboot my day. And then the recovery helps me recover from the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years I've been beating the crap out of myself and unknowingly doing that to myself. Now, it's appropriately named because it does so many things, but maybe only 1 or 2 that we can claim legally in the United States of America at this time. So what recovery is, let's just talk about what it is, because people go, I don't know what it is. I look at the label and it looks just like calcium magnesium, so I don't get it. So basically what it is, it's a special kind of magnesium that's been engineered to carry molecular hydrogen and release it in your system. Where we are, as a company, the first ones in history, or this product line is the first in history to get it in an ingestible tablet. If you've, hydrogen and molecular hydrogen's been a household name in Japan. It's been used for all kinds of different things. You can just look it up and you'll see everything you could think of. Hydrogen's used to kind of treat that, so to speak. That's where this has come from. The problem is that they've used to compress it in water and it would dissipate really quick. In the United States, people learned about it because your friends who have the alkaline water units that cost $6,000, when it releases, when the electrolysis creates the alkalinity of the water, releases molecular hydrogen. But again, if you don't drink it really quick, it dissipates really fast. All those miracle stories that happen from that, it's not just the alkalinity, it's more the molecular hydrogen that's released. So molecular hydrogen is the world's fastest, in my opinion, the world's fastest acting antioxidant. Why? Is because the second it hits your saliva, and more so when it hits your stomach acid, it releases molecular hydrogen nanobubbles. And those things go right inside the mitochondria, the powerhouse of your cell, within seconds, which is why people feel it right away. The people who feel it the most and notice it the most are athletes. Athletes know because it gives them that burst right before, because they're doing something that requires like this anaerobic burst or even an aerobic burst. And so what they're looking for is they're looking for greater efficiency. So to stay away from the medical claims, what we say about this product is that it increases your cellular fitness, okay? Your cellular fitness. A lot of people talk about healthy cells, but cells also need to be fit. They need to be able to survive what's coming its way. So stress, crappy diets, sitting all day, those are oxidizing, aging things that we do, not moving, all this different stuff, worried about what's going on in the world. So an antioxidant is anti that, it slows it down. But what's unique about this is that it goes right inside your cells within seconds, where other things that you take a long time to work. They take at least 20, 30 minutes to get absorbed. And if your digestion is not right, you're not going to get it. So the saying is, you are what you eat. It's really you are what you absorb and assimilate. You got to get it inside your cells. If you don't get it inside your cells, it goes right through you. So it is a big thing. Now, the thing that got most people looking at this is because this word that starts with a P that we're not allowed to say anymore, that rhymes with brain, and but it's we use the word discomfort, right? Or something doesn't feel right, or I'm hurting somewhere, and I take my recovery and I'm not hurting as much. Okay, so that is the neutered terminology that we have to talk about this product. But you will notice that if you're hurting somewhere, you'll hurt less. Okay, and usually dramatic for most people. So there are third parties that have done scientific, collated scientific papers for those who want to geek out on it. You can go to molecularhydrogenstudies.com and learn more about that, rather than spend 4 to 8 hours on PubMed looking for these studies that exist. We've done some studies because athletes take it, it drops lactic acid, so people are less sore. The gym community, the climbing community, they all love this product. In Seacret, in the skincare world, we have what's called the 5 wows. There are 5 different products that if you use with somebody in an instant, they're going to go, wow. And so that's why they're called the 5 wows. And so now know where Seacret comes from is before they're in direct sales, they were in the kiosks in the mall. And nobody's dying to go to a kiosk in a mall, right? Nobody wants to be stopped on their way to go to Nordstrom, Macy's, wherever they're going, the Apple store. So in order to do it, you have to have 3 seconds with somebody to make them look and go, wow. And so there's the 5 wows. In nutrition, we call this the 6th wow. If you've ever been involved in nutrition and direct sales and network marketing in companies that have gone to at least $500 million or $1 billion in sales, they always say that in order to do that, you must have what's called a hero product, H-E-R-O, a hero, which means a hero product, ideally, that's under $50 if you want to go outside the US. Because if you can't get it under $50, no one's going to be able to buy it anywhere. This is that hero product. This is something that you can give to somebody, and most everybody's going to feel a change. Now, does everybody? No. Does everybody love traveling? No. So everybody's going to love everything, but most people have an affect from this. But again, people go, what's your favorite product? What should I take? I don't know. Who's your favorite child? Your son, your daughter? I mean, the whole family works. Yeah. There you go. What I always say, they go, I go, what's your, if you're a Beatle fan or a Stones fan, or who's your favorite Beatle or Stones? It's hard to say, but they all had brilliant solo careers, but together they make better music. So when you take the whole program together, you have a better a result in your life. These products stack, and each one helps the other one. So you don't do this instead or that. Remember, right. I come from this field, so it's about creating that. So your Immunex. I don't know if you want me to jump into that, or you want to.
I want to ask one question. So, we're the travel people, and we're segueing, we're transitioning. We're still the travel people, but we have a bigger plethora of experiences that we're talking about. To me, health and wellness is an experience. It's, the bright-eyed, bushy-tailed energy. It's your happiness. It's your joy. It's much more than a physical health, because it becomes your mental health, which is your ability to be successful, your ability to be creative, your emotional health, your ability to face adversity, not get afraid by the circumstances of the world. There's so much more going on. But in relationship to the traveler, so we understand that there's a difference between the wellness space and the fitness space. The wellness space is what we are talking about particularly right now. Not that these products don't help the fitness space, but for the people that are maybe not into fitness, they're like, what, I don't care about that, or that was a day, long ago. Would you talk a little bit about how traveling affects the body, the stress of traveling, potentially, like we get radiated up in those airplanes. Maybe these are things that people aren't quite aware of, and how this family of products supports us when we're out living these peak experiences. Because at the end of the day, we just want more out of every day that we get. And what I love about these products is it's helping us to take care of this body so that we can do bigger work with less effort, right?
Right. Well, the program's called Health Made Simple, not Fit Made Simple. So although fitness enthusiasts love it, we have tons of professional, like NHL hockey players that use the product, professional golfers, all these different kinds of Aussie rules football players, rugby players. They all love these products, right? Because of what they do for them. They are built for everybody. Age 2, 92, everybody in between. My kids grew up on these products, all of that kind of stuff. So the reality is, though, is that there is also a difference between fitness and health, right? There are plenty of people that are fit but not healthy, and there are plenty of people healthy that are not fit. There are fit people not healthy, like we also learned of the people that, like the guy who's 22 years old, drops dead of a heart attack on the basketball court, was fit but not healthy, right? And then there's the, if you go to the Whole Foods in New York City and there's like an elevator and the elevator breaks. So you got people that have been living on sprouts and wheatgrass their whole life, super healthy, but if they have to, navigate 4 flights of stairs, they still can't breathe, not very fit, turns out. So you kind of need them. You need them both. Now, but here's the thing. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. Most people, by the time they can afford to travel or do travel, end up doing their golden years. And everyone's been on a flight and been waiting for somebody in a wheelchair to get wheeled off. that person did not take care of their health. Now, some people have had accidents, things happen. It's a little different, but most people are not. So it's really, you know, it doesn't matter how old you are. It matters how good you've taken care of your body through the years, right? Not everybody in their 70s are vulnerable right now, but there are people in their 30s that are vulnerable because they just are morbidly obese. And so it's not, you know, everyone's seen, you know, a 57 Chevy at a car show. It's old, but it's in great shape if it's been well maintained. And we've all seen a 2020 BMW wrapped around the tree. It's young, but it's over, right? So, because it wasn't handled properly. And so what these are designed to do is make it simple, easy, cost-effective, and palatable for anybody to do it. Because in this industry, if you're doing a presentation, you have 3 minutes with somebody. If they can't say those 4 words, which are, I can do this, you're out. They're gone. You wasted your time, energy, your money, the whole thing. So 2 biggest things, 2 boxes to check on everybody's time and money. Got to check those 2 boxes, right? You can take your shake and greens, mix it up and drink it, and get through a drink it and consume it faster than your family can get through a drive-through. So it is real fast food, and it's real food, and it's organic, and it's everything that you're not getting in a drive-through. And then you know, and it costs effective. It's less than your price of your venti mocha at the Starbucks, your $5 footlong or $6, whatever it is now in the Subway. So people can afford it. You know, so if you can get people their time back, and get people their money back, and you get them their health back. Most people don't realize that how important their health is until they're gone. But even if they don't, yes, everybody has 4 things going on with them. You cannot talk to another person for 20 minutes without them bringing up a health problem they have, you asking you about yours, or you both mutually talking about a friend or loved one's health issue. Just try it. It's impossible statistically. And they're going to talk about the big 4. The big 4 reasons somebody goes to a doctor. Number 1 is they're tired, they're fatigued, they have no energy anymore, and they don't know why. Number 2 is they have, let's call it the discomfort word that we used to start with a P, that won't go away, right? Number 3 is they're not sleeping well, staying asleep. Or number 4 is that they can't lose weight. One of those 4 things are 80% of the reason somebody goes to a doctor. These products are designed to handle head on first all 4 of those by not fixing those problems, by fixing your body so they function the way they're designed, so those problems become moot points. We started talking about recovery. Reason it's called recovery is so you don't have to make a claim. People say, what does it do? I say, it helps you recover. And they go, from what? I say, I don't know. What do you need to recover from? So it allows me to actually create enough curiosity, push them into an action step, knowing that I know they're going to feel different. You know, we say you're going to get your health back or your money back. That's what you say. You had everything to gain, nothing to lose. As you know, we are not selling, we are telling. So if you haven't tried the products, you can't sell them. You can't even talk about them. So if you use the products, get your own story. All you're doing is sharing your story. And even if you don't open your mouth, even if you don't know how to market your way out of a wet paper bag, people are going to notice. They're going to see your skin looks better. They're going to think you got a haircut. They're going to think you lost weight, which you probably will. All these things are going to happen because that's what happens when your body moves more towards an alkaline, organic, whole food, non-crap state.
Right. Absolutely. 100%. And I love what you're saying, that it's just, you know, you got to take care of what you got, right? This is a gift of life, and, you know, it's not automatic, right? It's a proactive approach, or you are put in a reactive position. And so if you want to be well, you have to be proactive and preventative about it. You've got to participate in your own body's wellness. So segueing into 2020, right? This has been a cluster of a year, right? And it's a big wake up call, using your language. He has a great video on YouTube called Your Wake Up Call. And it's not negative, it's positive. And it's like any moment that we have is a moment that we can take on a new opportunity to upgrade, to elevate, to spiral ourselves up. And watching his video about the wake up call is just sort of to shake us out of this zombie state that we live in, or this automatic default state of just passively living our lives. And so 2020 is waking people up. All right. Let's say it's woken. It's woke, right? Let's be cool and hip and much younger than we are. So if we are woke, and we are excited about immunity, will you first explain a little bit about how immunity and your gut are related, and then segue into, you know, our brand new immunity boosting product?
Sure. Well, that's like a half-hour talk, but we're going to do it in 2 minutes, and then we can fill in the gaps some other time. You know, yeah, your gut microbiome, as everybody's waking up to, is the most important part of your body. There's a whole, like, you know, avatar universe inside your intestines that dictate your moods, how your brain works, how your immune system works. And we've been destroying it and shooting guns at it throughout our life with the things that we've been eating, the stress we put under, the drugs that we've taken, all the different things we've done, and even the things that are coming its way if we ignorantly allow them to happen. So that is not a conversation for this call. We're going to keep it on the up and up. And so we are solutions oriented. So, you know, in China, they say, don't wait till you're thirsty to dig a well, which means it's a lot easier to stay well than it is to have to get well. So our whole thing is, you know, the best offense is a good defense. Okay. Anybody who plays ball or anything knows that. And that's where our Immunex comes in handy. So our Immunex, again, this, if you ever wanted to pick a subject, you got to be very careful or you'll be censored or canceled or disappear off the planet, is talk about anything that could do anything for your immune system right now that doesn't come out of a hypodermic. So, so we're not going to talk about treating anything. We are going to talk about the fact that, hey, you know, it turns out whether it's a cold, the flu, or the C word, not everybody gets affected by it the same way. What is the difference since it's the same thing? Let's just pick on something like a common cold. Let's say there's 32 kids in the classroom. You send your kids to school. A bunch of them get sick. They get colds. Does ever 32 kids get the cold? No, never. What's the difference? Some kids have better immune systems than others. How do they do it? Some got lucky. They're genetically stronger. You know, they have a better constitution, and others are the canary in the coal mine. And those people just have to work harder to build it, like anything else. Some have, you know, have worked on it, you know, because their parents, like yourself, has shoved all these things in their bodies and kept them from doing certain things that other kids do that hurt them, and so on and so forth. So regardless, that's what this is for. So these are things that are not brand new that, hey, this would be a good idea to have. These are things that I've used in this clinic for the last 30 years, but I've had to use them in different products because no one's ever put them all together in one product. Because my goal was, wow, what if I put this together in one product? Then everyone would not have to spend $350 to put them all together because they would be in one product. And that's what your Immunex is. So we call it the power of 10. It's got 10 nutrients from around the world: Eastern medicine, Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, Western medicine, all in one. It has everybody's favorite mineral now, zinc, in the best form, which is the patented OptiZinc, which is a zinc that's bound to methionine, makes sure it stays in your system longer than any other kind of zinc. And it's absorbed more than any other kind of zinc. So it's the most powerful form of zinc studied, known to man to date, is OptiZinc. And that's the foundation here. But it's also in here is like herbs of, you know, and medicinal mushrooms and things, again, all in one, full of organic ingredients, as clean as can possibly be made, yet still medicinal. So you can take it as a preventative, which the design is, which is the recommended dose is 3 capsules a day. And then, you know, you can take more, but disclaimer again, consult your healthcare practitioner before doing anything that says different than what's on the label.
Well, I love that.
Help?
You know, again and again and again, I think the lesson of this all is that we do not make medical claims. Nobody makes medical claims. You know, we're presenting an opportunity, we're giving education. That's what we're doing. And just back to how we started, all these products work best together, right? You don't get the one, right? You don't have the one favorite kid. Right. Or even the one favorite destination, you know,
right.
You put them together, you create a beautiful recipe and you get a different result. So we have an auto ship option with this company. And some people who are unaware might be just thinking like, oh yeah, well, it would be great for other people to get on auto ship and maybe not. But what happens when you're not on auto ship? Okay. You buy your recovery product. Okay. And you're not paying attention. And all of a sudden, those 90 tablets go away. And then say you're like, oh crap, you know, I gotta fill my glass. I gotta get some products, but after 3 or 4 days goes by. And then I gotta order my other one. I gotta wait a couple days for it to, talk about the value of continuing to take these products day in and day out versus take it for 20 days, take a break, take it for, be off for 30 days, take it another 20 days, and the cumulative effect and the power of being the example and the experience of these products.
Wow. Again, great question. And again, there's an hour worth of reasons to do that, but we'll try to knock it out. Where to start? Consistency is everything. And, when we first started, we had what we called back at 7.2, we had like a 3-day trial pack, which was great. People would try for 3 days, and in 3 days, they're either sleeping better, they're losing weight, they're not hurting as much, and they have more energy. But the biggest day was not those first 3 days. The biggest day was day 4 when they ran out and they started to realize that, it wasn't in my head. It wasn't a placebo. I was feeling better. I was sleeping better. I was doing all that stuff. And everything started to come back because I stopped doing the things that got me there. You know what I mean? If you work out for 3 days and you stop for a month, nothing's really going to change, right? If I'm driving down the road and then I slam on the brakes and then I go again and I slam on the brakes and I go again and I slam on the brakes, that's not a fun ride. It's not a fun ride. Running out of gas sucks, right? So you kind of want to make sure you have a spare gas tank, or you want to hit a gas tank before you run out of gas, which means you don't get your auto ship showing up 3 days after you're out. You want your auto ship 3 days before you're out, so that you have, and you always have some, right? You know this, for a product company, you want products for 4 things. You want products for your own personal use, right? Because you have to be a product of a product. You want products for your friends and family. You want products to share. You want products to sample to friends. And you want products on hand because some people want to buy them straight up from you. They don't want to wait to get it from the company because you're so excited about it. If you're that excited about it, and then they ask you for some, you don't have any. It's very incongruent and very inconsistent. So getting an auto ship is a no-brainer. My whole thing is like getting extra products on a regular basis so I can get them to other people. If you care about other people, you're going to get it to them. But you can't get it to them. So, you really need this. It's going to be, if I'm sick today, I'm feeling like crap today, I don't want to wait 3 days to get it. I don't even want to wait a day to Amazon to get me anything anymore. Now I'm freaked out. Now I'm excited to get coming 2 hours by drone or however the hell it's getting there. It's right. This is what's happened. Even Amazon's got an easy order every month. They're in the game. They're in the game. You know what they're doing? They're going after your game. They're going after your game with crappy products. And guess what's in the bottle kind of situations when you order it, or guess how old the bottle is, or guess what happened to the bottle, or guess who radiated the bottle, or guess what country the bottle came from. Who the heck knows? Or guess who relabeled the bottle with your favorite brand and you didn't know that something else was in it. So, these are sketchy and scary times, and no one cares. And there's no verification by Jeff Bezos. So my advice is to make sure you have it coming for you. But again, nothing is more valuable than your health, and you'll never appreciate it till it's gone. I've had billionaires on my table in here in this office that would trade every penny they ever have to get their health back. Mm-hmm. I've seen grown men and women whimpering because they lost their health because they thought it would never happen to them. It's the essence of the wake-up call. It's, again, it's more exciting. I can't even say it anymore. These analogies are not FTC compliant. So, but the reality is, again, there's, once you start feeling good, you're never going to stop. But you'll never get there unless you start feeling good first. And when you start feeling good, you're going to crave it. Yeah.
And what I'm hearing you say is most people don't know how bad they feel until they start feeling better. And they're like, wow, how long have I been living at a level 2 and I could be a 10,
Right. Yes.
One quick product question. And this is something we discussed quick yesterday. So both the recovery, if you look at the recovery, it says Hydro FX. And then there's another product that in bigger print says Hydro XX. Could you just talk about the difference between those two products real quick?
Yeah, it's a little confusing. We apologize. So recovery was called Hydro FX. Hydro FX was the first name to describe the effects of molecular hydrogen. So recovery is magnesium-based, and your Hydro FX is coral calcium based. The original form of hydrogen came in this form. And this was the, this is your, how do you say it? This is the turtle and the hare, right? Everyone's got their favorite, right? So this thing goes really fast, but peters out, right? You 3 or 4 hours in your system, then I'll take it again and I'll take it again throughout the day. So people love it, but they go, God, I got to take it throughout the day if I want those massive results. And this guy slow drips throughout the day for over 12 hours. So this is the balance. Now me, I take them both. When I get up, I take these 3, and on days that I work out, I'll take these before I work out and after workout. So if not, I'll just take these in the afternoon. That's kind of how I do it, because they overlap. They don't do exactly the same things. So one is more hydrogen ion rich, the other one's more molecular hydrogen, and they both have different therapeutic effects with the body in the antioxidant world, and they meet in the middle, so to speak. So there are also some countries, because this is still such a novel thing, that don't recognize this. And because they're just in the dark ages, or they do recognize it and they're keeping it out because that's what they do, those little darn people. And then, so in those countries, most of them, we can have this. Japan is one of them. Japan, they haven't woken up to, they're not woke, as you said, to this. Yeah, they're not woke. So Japan, this is from Japan. So they like their own stuff. So, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And I love how simple you've made this. I mean, not to be
Super.
redundant again. So there's a lot of people on the call that are either pregnant and or parents. And we know that there's a lot of questions on, are there any things that, kids shouldn't be doing, or maybe we wait till they're older, or pregnant women? Obviously, we want everybody to advise their own healthcare provider, but this is a question provided for me as to how we would communicate to someone pregnant and or to children.
So the legal way, as we're being instructed, is that the children should be at least 12 years old before they take any of these products. And that's as of 2020, the great 2020 that we're in. And consult your healthcare practitioner or doctor before using any new nutrition products. Now, yes, these products, that being said, the design of them were for all children, all kids. You can take them when you're expectant mother. You can take them when you're breastfeeding. The only product I would say you would not necessarily need if you're expectant or breastfeeding is this product called Carreer, because you want to eat more, not less. Right?
Are you saying you're not supposed to be losing weight when you get pregnant?
No, you're not. No, you're not, because whatever you take, your baby takes, and your baby needs to eat
That's
up
right.
as well. So the fetus needs to eat up. So the last thing you want to do is stop eating. So so that one I would say no, but all the other products are designed to do that. But again, I have to disclaim what I just said and say that consult your healthcare practitioner or whoever you get advice from. Yeah,
absolutely. So to just sort of wrap things up, I'm seeing a lot of people ask questions, and I know this is going to be, the process of being in nutrition. And for a lot of the people that are on the call from a network marketing standpoint, talking about nutritional products, being in this space is going to be new, and we're going to learn some language. It's maybe going to be a little bumpy for a minute. And you have such an eloquent way. One of my favorite things about you is how real you are. Wellness can be very complicated. It can be dictory depending on where you get the source of the information. And some people just don't have maybe the ability just yet to qualify the source. But how I would ask you to finish is to maybe highlight to some of these people that are let's say very Western in their focus, right? Like, will it fix my acne? Like, how do I fix my hormone balance? Like, to be very specific, which is very cause effect, or like diagnosis prescription, which is a very medical model, which is not what we are. We are not the medical model. But just to talk, and I know that once again, we could go 4 hours or do like a 5-day seminar on how the body actually works as one. But just how, improving your overall systems through the accumulation of this health made simple system, to communicate it from more of a philosophy. I mean, you talked to me yesterday about why you created this. And one of the things you said was, you're this doctor and you have these people flying in. At the end of the day, you needed to have the product you needed in the moment to pass off to that person, instead of being like, well, I can send it to you next week, or hopefully I can order it from Japan and get it to you, next year, right? And so you had to create products that were simple, that were for everyone. And you have such an elegant way to communicate that. So to the person just getting started now in the nutritional space, what would be a more simple or a palatable way to explain why holistic health or integrated body focuses lifestyle behaviors is the way to really build your optimal wellness and well-being with these products?
Awesome. So, yes. So at the Cone Health Institute here, we have over 2,000 nutrition products from 100 plus companies from around the world. 2,000 different ones that all do different things that I have to know what they do because we see everybody with everything. That being said, these products were created knowing that, wow, if I could just get people to do a handful of things, we could probably erase the need for 90% of the things that I have to stock here and the reason that people come here. And so that's really the ethical goal. The only, the moral and ethical responsibility a doctor should have is to put themselves out of business by keeping everybody well. Medicine is based on keeping everybody sick and treating things. And so the philosophy is like mowing your lawn to get rid of your weeds and go, look, my weeds are gone. My weeds are not gone. They're going to grow back. They just look different. So I can take an aspirin and cure my headache, but I'm still having a headache. My body's having the headache. My experience of it is not happening, but the same damage is happening. So our philosophy is different. Our philosophy is to keep the body well, keep it healthy. So in medicine, they call it early prevention. It's not. They're borrowing the term and they're screwing it up. What they call prevention is early detection. Early detection is waiting for your weed to grow and go, look, there it is. That's not prevention. Prevention is having a weed to grow to begin with. That is prevention, and there's very specific things to do it. Problem is there's no money in it long term for those people. Now there's money in health because what happens is, you know what? I need to eat. I need to eat every day. So what am I going to eat? So these nutritional products are designed. So people go, I don't need supplements. I need vitamins. Well, of course you do. The vitamins are called vitamins because they're vital for life, meaning if I don't have them, I'm dead. Of course you need them, but you're getting most of them from your food, even crappy food. What you need is whole food because you need to feed your body, right? You need to feed your body the right thing so it could function. So these products are designed to fill the gap between what you're getting in your diet and what you're supposed to be getting. For some people, that gap, if you're like yourself and brought up in natural medicine, health and wellness, you eat well, your gap is small. So you don't need like 9 recovery a day like you hear people taking, right? You need 1 or 2. Where other people, the gap is huge because they get up in the morning with a pot of coffee and they're stressed out. The kids are yelling, the dog pissed on the floor, and then I got to go to work and I hate my job and it's not doing this. I'm trying to get my network marketing business going, and then I get, I eat like Chipotle at lunch or some other crap, and then I get all acid inside, and then I got to go back to work and I got to take work home for me, and then I'm having a problem with my kid, and then and I go eat dinner and I eat it out of a box or I microwave it, and that person, their gap is wider. And so our goal is to say, listen, just fit some of this in your life, good, better, best, right? You want to have, like, if you can do one thing, do greens, man. Do greens. You live a month without food, a week without water. You can't live 6 minutes without oxygen. And oxygen comes from raw green foods. That's what's in our greens. You want to really have a wow experiences. You have your recovery, okay? And then this booster thing, right? You got to sleep. Number 1 form of torture in the world is sleep deprivation. If you're not sleeping, you're not healing. And if you have alkaline minerals before you go to sleep, you'll sleep like a baby in most every situation. We call that our alkaline trio. There's a name for it here at Seacret. I forgot what it is, but it's got a really cool pack name. It's like Power Up or something like that. So, which is your, greens in the powder, or if you're like not a powder for it, just do the capsules. Make it easy. If my kids are out, we'll have them give them green caps, instead of eating the crappy vegetable wherever we at. And then they'll take the recovery, during the day and the boosters before bed. So that's the simple, easy, most cost-effective to change my life kind of program. If you have a few pounds to lose, if you want to get healthy, you want to make sure you have a good meal and you're not undermining yourself, you do the shaky greens in the morning. If you want to shred some weight, you do it at lunch again. If you're not digesting well, which most people are not, then you add, our Digestex. Naturopaths, your mom says death begins in the colon. Garbage in, garbage out. It's half the things is not what you're deficient in, it's what you're toxic in, and you gotta clean it out. I'm across the street from the John Wayne Airport in Orange County right now. John Wayne died with 55 pounds of fecal matter in his colon. That's like the weight of a 5-year-old of just crap. So, you know, if we could have some Digestex, you can move some of that through. If you're eating too much, you want to curb it. If you want extra hydrogen, because maybe you want to like live better and feel better, you'll add some hydrogen in the morning. And there you go. Yeah.
I absolutely love this. One of my favorite things about your personality and your delivery is that it's for everybody, and that you don't have to sacrifice and make this like discipline. Oh my God, over the top. I only eat vegan. I only eat organic. I never do anything fun. I never party. You know? It's not that. This is about getting the most out of the life based on the definition that you have, but also doing the things that are going to curb those behaviors that maybe are not good long-term over time to the optimal outcome of living a high energy, long, beautiful life. So this is amazing. And the key of what he just said, everybody, is everybody wants to feel better. Nobody wants tomorrow to be that scary day where they have to be reactive because they didn't pay attention or because they didn't put the investment in their body today. Don't wait till a symptom arises, because a symptom not being there today, or you consciously being aware of a symptom, doesn't mean there is a presence of wellness or well-being. And so get to know what this is all about by being an advocate and being an ambassador of taking care of yourself first. And the key to that is finding that power package or finding that combination, the recipe that he just said, of those products, of working them together into your day, getting your family, women. I'll tell you that I think it's over 80% of all health wellness decisions of a home are made by a woman. Talk to the woman. What I did tonight when I got home is I got my jug out because I knew I didn't have enough time. Now here's the deal. I needed to have dinner, but I didn't have time to have dinner. These products gave me the 2 scoop of protein, the greens, shaken up really quick, and I feel fantastic. My blood sugar didn't drop. I had the energy, I had the tenacity, and I am just the very beginning of experiencing and being the example of this product. I'll say, you know, again and again and again, it's going to be really hard for you to sell anything that you can't experience in your own body, and your own body is going to effortlessly communicate an experience that is way, way more important than you being, you know, the most educated person in the room, right? Or knowing the history of everything on the planet. So with that, you know, finishing, is there anything else that you want to finish? Or is there anything, Jefferson, Byron, that you want to jump on and ask as we, you know, start wrapping up? And we're so grateful, Dr. Cohen, for your time today. I see Jefferson's popping out. I think he's got a bomb to drop.
Yeah, no, listen, first of all, Doctor, thanks for your time. Jesse, amazing job. The chat's going nuts in here. Everybody's just getting educated. That's the key thing, education. And so I'm just here. I take everything, like everything you've talked about, Doctor, I've taken it all. I've been taking it since August because, you know, we had the Dream Body thing and now we're doing the whole partnership thing. So I've been taking it for 3 months. My wife, Megan, can sleep like so much better now. Our energy is off the chart. I don't get hangry anymore because I always have the shake with me or something. So I just want to say kudos to you and all the work that you've done. And I know we've got other things that are going to be coming out here in the future. So I just appreciate you. And I'm just taking all of it because I want the best stuff in my body and our family's body. So thanks, Doc. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. And thanks for everything you guys are doing. Yeah, I'm thrilled. Listen, you know, there's a lot we're going to do together. There's a lot of cool things that we can share. I see a lot of things, people commenting, asking questions about, will it help this, help that, all that. We'll spend some time and have different types of like discussions, calls together where I could help you field those questions, because I'd never be so arrogant to say that I've heard everything, but I've heard most things. Every now and then, that when you've heard most things and used to dealing with them and how to answer them, it's really cool when you get one you haven't heard before. So, but I will tell you this, if I leave with one thing, is that these products were built because if you've ever been in nutrition in this industry, I always wanted to be the first company in this industry where you had products you never had to apologize for, that you never had to make up a story about an ingredient or why they did it this way or why they did that, where it was clear they just did it for margins or to make money or so they could actually hit a payout or do anything like that. These are products first, and we built the network marketing company around it. So these products are here for everyone, no matter what's going on in their life, whether in this industry and outside this industry. So listen, if you had a product that you knew everyone needed and nobody had, whether they get in your business or not, I mean, would you want, 300, million customers? Because they're available, and that's just this country. So they don't have to be in your business, but they need to be on this product. And if they be on this product, they'll tell other people. And if they are allergic to money, then they won't join your business. If they aren't, they'll figure out a way to get in spite of themselves. So that's how we do it.
Absolutely incredible. And so wrapping this call up, everybody, now is the time. This is the giant wake-up call you've been waiting for. This is your moment, not to ponder and act, not even to ask a billion questions. I'm going to challenge you, Greens, to get into action, to start this process of being the example, of getting yourself on auto ship and being able to tell people of how simple it is, how efficient it is, how value is way more important than price. And if people are going to be price savvy, it's always going to be the best price and the best deal. They're never going to get the best product. You are being led by the best in the industry, the best of the doctors, the best in skincare. We are the best of travel, and we are now united in a front that adds value to every aspect of somebody's health, wellness, and well-being, including their pocketbook. I have never been more excited and never thought of an intersection being more lucrative and also sexier than this moment. Health and wellness to me is sexier than travel, because here's the deal. At the end of the day, not everybody's taking a trip every single week or every single weekend, but every single day and every single weekend, someone wants to feel good in their skin. Someone wants to digest an amazing meal. Someone wants to sleep better at night. Someone is seeking an answer to questions about their body, their health, and their wellness that they are too afraid to ask. So when we have given people the gift of experience all over the world to travel, the number one anti-stress plan on the planet is to get somebody out of their life into their vacation. And now we're able to go home with them and give that same experience, help them to lessen their stress, help them to improve their output. And at the end of the day, everything that we do here is going to help us build a better business, which is going to help us build a more long-lasting, bigger, more expanded legacy. Because here's the deal. Being in business on your own, being an entrepreneur is hard work, just like being poor is hard work. If you think that getting well is hard work, try being obese, right? Try being sick. Try being on a bunch of drugs. Try being in and out of the hospital. These are matters of perspective. And now more than ever, you can gift and bless people with these products, with the mind of Dr. Cohen, with the experience of 30 years, and I would say millions of clients and patients through the years on these products, and the opportunity to keep it in the family of getting those peak experiences, being with your friends and family on the beaches and the mountaintops, or the valleys and the water, the Dead Sea, the places of the world that we dream of from very, very young ages, checking off the bucket list, but getting the most out of every single piece of those vacations and every single piece of your day of your life. You need to get out of automatic. You need to get out of zombie mode. You need to stop questioning, and you need to step up. It's more than waking up. It's waking up and stepping up and getting into action. I don't think that there is going to be a greater opportunity to pass any one of our plates. And the key that we also always know about opportunity is that it tiptoes. It doesn't knock on your door. It doesn't get a megaphone and say, "Wake up, world, come find me." It tiptoes and it waits because it's looking for the people looking for it. The question is, are you going to be smart enough and quick enough to catch it and get it? And then with that, how fast will you spread the word? The network marketing industry is watching what we're doing. First and foremost, you are all badasses. You have made it through the storm of all storm to be here. And it is always the darkest before the dawn. And let me welcome you to the dawn of a new era, the dawn of the legacy that we have all hoped, prayed, and dream of, the ability to do more with our life and more in our body in more ways than we ever have before. And the question just is, why not you? Let's get started. Let's help people. Let's love on people, but we cannot help other people without helping ourselves. We cannot love on other people and take care of anyone else without first loving on and taking care of ourselves. The journey of wellness is the journey of self-awareness, self-study, and self-mastery. You can always get better. Now is the time. It is never too late of an opportunity. There is no goal too big, and this is your moment. I am so grateful, Dr. Cohen, you jumped on this call. I have a feeling we're going to be very, very good friends, both sipping our morning green juice and probably having a fun cocktail in the evening, because we've got this amazing alkaline booster to take right after, so we can still wake up and you can work out with me, my friend. Because where I live, it's fitness and wellness. And so if you're looking for the ultimate upgrade, I feel like there's a new sheriffs in town to come together. So thank you everyone for being on this call. We are excited. We know and believe that you are the right people and that your businesses are about to explode. You're not going to believe how amazing, how abundant, and how prosperous the gift of health is going to be through this holiday season. And we cannot wait to see you when we get in real life, hugging and high-fiving and kissing and doing all the things that we do. But what's going to be amazing is how much better we all look and feel when we do it. So have a wonderful night. Spread the word. Be good to yourself. Be good to everyone else. And sayonara from Minneapolis.
Take care, everybody. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jess.